All right, let's jump right into it. We're tackling a huge question today, one that pretty much every growing business asks at some point. Should you be handling your SEO all by yourself, in-house, or is it finally time to bring in the pros? Let's figure it out. So this is the big one, right? This is probably the question that brought you here. With all the tools and YouTube tutorials and blogs out there, SEO feels more accessible than ever. And you're likely thinking, hey, I can probably do this myself and save a bunch of money. So, can you?
And yeah, the honest answer is yes, you absolutely can. But that's not really the right question. The real question is, should you? Because that's where things get interesting. We're not just talking about your ability to do a task, we're talking about strategy and how search engines see your entire digital world. Okay, let's start with section 1, early wins with DIY. Because let's be clear, starting your SEO journey in-house isn't just a practical idea, it's often the best first move you can make to build a really solid foundation.
And you can get some really tangible wins right out of the gate. We're talking about simple things like fixing page titles and writing good product descriptions. This stuff immediately helps you show up when people search for your brand name, but more importantly, you're basically teaching the search engines what your business is all about, which is step 1 for everything else.
And here's a huge benefit that most people totally overlook. When your own team gets their hands dirty with the basics, they start to learn the language. They understand what matters. And that makes them an incredibly smart partner if and when you decide to bring in an expert. Suddenly, you're not just outsourcing a task, you're building a real strategy together.
But you know how it goes. As your business grows, that simple, foundational approach starts to hit a wall. The complexity just explodes, and the tactics that got you here, well, they're not going to get you to that next level. Let's look at where teams usually hit that ceiling.
The first major hurdle is one you probably can't even see. I mean, your team could be pumping out the most amazing content, but if the technical plumbing of your website is a mess, that content is just never going to reach its full potential.
And we're talking about some seriously sneaky stuff here. Things like broken links that lead search engines to dead ends, a slow website that frustrates users and gets you penalized, or duplicate content confusing Google about which page to rank. You might even have a messy site structure that wastes Google's crawl budget, basically the time it's willing to spend on your site. All this technical debt can completely sabotage your great content.
Yeah, this quote right here, this is a huge mindset shift. It is so easy to pop the champagne when you see a big spike in website visitors. But you've got to stop and ask, who are these visitors really? And that leads us right into challenge number 2. If you aren't an expert at filtering your analytics, you could be making huge business decisions based on junk data from bots and spam traffic. You could end up chasing an audience that doesn't even exist and will definitely never buy from you.
Next up, backlinks. And just look at this slide. It really lays out the high-stakes game you're playing. Getting high-quality links from other respected websites, that's one of the strongest signals you can send to Google. But picking up low-quality, spammy links, which can happen without you even knowing it, can actually get your site suppressed or penalized. It's a double-edged sword.
And finally, there's the one constant in SEO. Everything is always changing. Search engines are constantly tweaking their algorithms. What worked like a charm last month might get you nowhere this month. An expert who sees trends across dozens of clients can spot these shifts coming, while an in-house team might not see the problem until their traffic has already tanked. So where does that leave us? The solution isn't to just throw your hands up and pick one or the other. For so many successful businesses, the real answer is a hybrid model that gives you the best of both worlds.
Just take a look at how this breaks down. It makes so much sense. You let your in-house team, the people who know your product and customers inside and out, handle things like blog posts and landing pages. Then you let the experts focus on the really heavy technical lifting, deep dive audits, constant performance monitoring, and managing that super tricky backlink profile. Look, if there is one single thing you remember from all of this, make it this quote right here. Doing it yourself gets you in the game. It lets you participate, but bringing in an expert, that's what lets you actually compete and win. Okay, so that's the theory, but how do you really know when you've hit that tipping point? Well, let's get really practical. We're going to walk through 6 clear signs that it's time to call for backup. All right, this is where you need to be really honest with yourself. Has your growth just completely flatlined? Are you seeing weird technical errors pop up that you have no idea how to fix? Are your competitors just consistently eating your lunch in the search results?
Or maybe the most frustrating one of all, you're getting the traffic, but none of it is turning into customers. Any one of these is a massive red flag. And this is really the key to how you should think about the money. It stops being about the cost of hiring help. It becomes about the opportunity cost of not getting help. Every single month you wait, you're losing ground. You're losing customers. And that's a way bigger financial hit in the long run. And that brings us to maybe the most critical mindset shift of all. SEO is not a project. It's not something you do once and then check off a list. It's a performance channel. It's a living, breathing part of your business that needs constant care and attention, just like sales or marketing. So I want to leave you with one final question to really think about. Take a hard look at what you're doing, the results you're getting, and what you really want to achieve. Is your strategy just built to show up and participate? Or is it built to win? The answer to that will tell you everything you need to know about what to do next.